Hello, this is John1 and welcome to my next equipment showcase video. This episode will be featuring Dusk of Oolacile set. The signature piece of this set is the Crown of Dusk. The Crown of Dusk augments your spells by 20% but also makes you weaker to all spells by 30%. In the description of each of the Oolacile catalysts, it reads, or it mentions something like along the lines that the Oolacile sorcerers do not use any offensive spells. So all their sorceries or spells are pure utility. Things like Chameleon, Hidden Body, Hidden Weapon, and some other spells that you will see later in the shop. The reason that I mention this is just that I find it kind of strange that they don't use offensive spells and yet they have this, or she has this Crown of Dusk which augments sorceries. It seems kind of useless if you're only using utility spells. So I don't know, there's some kind of mystery, something going on there. So to acquire the equipment, what you must do is first defeat the Hydra in this area, and after that defeat the Golden Golem, this guy right here. You may have to reload to see him, I believe, or rest at a bonfire and walk back to this place. I think reloading is a little bit quicker. After you defeat that guy, talk to Dusk.
So, 'tis thou who rescueth me. Most gracious, I am deeply obliged. I am Dusk of Oolacile. I cometh from an age long before thine. If thou art in need, pray summon me from my signature. It seems that my time is done. May the great flames guide thee.
So after you talk to her, you can just walk straight over and summon her. You don't have to be revived, you don't have to reload or anything. After you summon her, you can acquire, or you can purchase her weapon, the Oolacile Ivory Catalyst, and you can purchase her sorceries, which are the utility sorceries. None of them are offensive, like I've mentioned, and you can also learn the gesture, Proper Bow.
I am Dusk of Oolacile. It is an honor to see thee again. I shall follow thine wishes.
To acquire her armor, you need to reload the game or rest at a bonfire, then walk over to where you first fought that Golden Golem and pick up her armor in the corner.
For a very long time, I was trapped within the crystal golem. From my home I was taken and banished to a plane of distortion. It was there that thou came to my rescue, long after I had relinquished all hope. So gleeful was I. My faith reneweth. If thou art in need, pray summon me again. I only wish to be of some genuine assistance. May the flames guide thee. What dost thou? Whatever for? Cease this barbarism.
Now for actually killing her, you don't get anything at all, except for 1,000 souls on new game. So there's really no purpose to killing her. I don't know how or if that would affect the storyline at all for the DLC, Artorias of the Abyss. Seems like it would, but I don't know if it's been tested. That would be something interesting to test. Now here we acquire the armor. I wouldn't really recommend using any of this armor for competitive play, except for the Crown of Dusk, if you want to augment those spells.
Help me, my rescue.
Now, since the Oolacile sorcerers don't really use any offensive magic, I was kind of hesitant to use spells like...
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm?
Spells like Crystal Homing Soul Mass and Crystal Soul Arrow or whatever. But I did anyways in a few matches, I just didn't play much PvP. Instead, I started messing around with Chameleon, seeing how NPCs would interact while I cast Chameleon on myself, and I found it quite interesting. I don't know if anyone's ever tried this, done this, or perhaps someone's made a video on this. I don't know, but maybe it's just these NPCs, but they seem really stupid. I mean, these guys, they just, if I stand still, yeah, they just sort of run up to me, then check up on me, then run back. It's interesting to see that there is some kind of line of sight detection built into the programming of the NPCs, or the AI. As you can see, I kind of just walk behind them as they have their back turned to me and they don't seem to detect me. I don't know how this would work with other NPCs. Other NPCs are probably more sophisticated, but Chameleon might also be effective on them. I just don't know how effective or to what extent. Yeah, these guys are really clueless. So, one of the differences between the Oolacile catalyst and the Oolacile ivory catalyst, well, there's actually like at least 3 differences that I can think of. The Oolacile catalyst, which is introduced in the DLC, it weighs 1.5 or more units of weight more, so it weighs a total of 2 units of weight. It offers poison damage on the physical hit with it, and it actually has a lower intelligence requirement. For the most part, I just stick with the Oolacile ivory catalyst. I don't really see any point to using the Oolacile catalyst offered through the DLC. It's just that weight is too costly. It doesn't offer enough benefits for me to use it over the ivory catalyst. Each one of them, I believe they both offer a flat 180 magic resist. Not magic adjustment, so they'll really do the same amount of spell damage regardless of your intelligence level, as long as you have enough intelligence to wield it. And you'll of course also need a certain level of intelligence for each spell, as each spell does have some intelligence requirement, whether it's 0 or whatever it may be. So after a while, I think at this point I'd really tested everything I wanted out on these guys, and I eliminated them. Something you sometimes see in PvP is people, casting Chameleon on themselves. You could actually also cast Homing Soul Mass or Homing Crystal Soul Mass on yourself, then Chameleon, and that Soul Mass will actually be hidden, although it will appear on your screen. Be hidden to your enemy. That's a really good way to get a surprise attack, and I did do that in my last PvP match. Because of how slow this guy's weapon was, he really wasn't able to counter me for using so many spells. But yeah, that backstab probably would have one-shotted most people my level. I think I'm level 97. I believe I actually leveled up a bit more after I had the intro. I don't remember. I think the intro may have been one of the last things I did. Anyways, we trade blows and we both go down. And here we go. This guy had never suspected me. Apparently, a barrel in this spot is believable to the common eye. And as simple as that, surprised him. Didn't even need Soul Spear. And that is it. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.